My name is Brother Tim Smith. I'm a member of the Congregation of Christian Brothers, and I've been asked to tell my story about how I decided to become a Christian brother. My story pretty well starts when I was in high school. I was fortunate to go to a high school that was administered by the Congregation of Christian Brothers, Brother Rice High School in Chicago, Illinois. And I guess as a student in high school, I began to discover myself probably when I was a sophomore in high school. I discovered something about myself that I was good in math and science. And I realized that not all kids were good in math or science. I find a lot of people today, as a matter of fact, who still don't appreciate the math that they learned, or they had difficulty in learning it. So as I began to grow and discover myself, particularly when I got to about junior year in high school, I decided that because I was good in math and science, that I wanted to be an engineer. And as I looked at different fields of engineering, I decided that civil engineering was the area that I really wanted to get into because civil engineers built big things. And I kind of imagined that my dream would be that someday I would design a big bridge, so a famous bridge, you know, the Brooklyn Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, whatever you want to say. And people would see that bridge and I would say, you see that bridge? I'm the guy who designed that bridge. That was my life's dream. But as I went through my school year as a junior, I began to be more conscious of the brothers who taught in the school, and particularly cared about the way they cared about their students and the way that they seemed happy in what they were doing. And they became, a couple of them became, I'll say, friends with me. They kind of took me under their wing, I guess I could say. So as I became familiar with them, I started thinking, gee, what about this for me? Would I consider being a brother someday? And I said, nah, I got to get that bridge designed. I can't be a brother. Brothers are teachers, and I want to be that civil engineer. And somehow, sometime during that junior year in high school, my mind made a little twist. And I said, well, you know what? If I'm not the guy who designs that bridge, I could say, you see that bridge over there? I'm the guy who taught that guy who designed that bridge. And that would be the way that my life's dream would be fulfilled. And so that's what I did. I decided sometime during late in my junior year that indeed, this is what I want to try to do. I want to become a brother and become a teacher. Ultimately, I was a biology teacher for a number of years. And as I look back over my life, I think I made the right choice. I've enjoyed working with students in a number of different states, and a number of different schools. And as I look back and I look for that bridge, I find it. I can think right off my top of my head of three examples. There's a neurosurgeon who I taught biology, and he is currently the chief medical officer for the NCAA. Another one of my students, who I think I taught both biology and chemistry, helped to develop one of the first AEDs, you know, those devices that are used for defibrillation. And the third one is a doctor at Johns Hopkins Hospital, and he's developed treatments for prostate cancer. So I think those three would fall into my category and be that bridge that I always imagined that I would design, but at least I helped people to do that themselves. Thanks for listening.